From the sun-drenched streets of Pretoria, South Africa, a young boy with an insatiable curiosity was about to change the world. This wasn't just any kid. This was Elon Musk. While others played outside, he was lost in books, devouring everything from science fiction to encyclopedias. At just 10 years old, he got his first computer, a Commodore VIC-20. He didn't just play on it. He taught himself to code. 2 years later, at the age of 12, he wasn't just a kid anymore. He was a software developer. He created his first video game, a space shooter called Blastar. He sold the code to a magazine for $500. It was a small sum, but it was the first sign of the entrepreneurial fire burning within him. South Africa was home, but it felt too small for his dreams. He knew his destiny lay across the ocean, in the land of opportunity, North America. So, with a backpack and a head full of ideas, he left home, first heading to Canada, and then to the United States, ready to chase a future he could only imagine. The 1990s were buzzing with a new frontier, the internet, and Elon Musk, now a young man in Silicon Valley, was right in the middle of it. In 1995, alongside his brother Kimball, he started his first real company, Zip2. Think of it as an early version of Google Maps and Yelp combined, an online city guide for newspapers. They started with almost nothing, literally coding in a small rented office and sleeping on the couch. But their hard work paid off. 4 years later, the computer company Compaq bought Zip2 for over $300 million. Elon walked away with $22 million. For most people, that would be it. Time to retire to a beach somewhere, but not for Elon. He immediately rolled that money into his next, even bolder idea. He wanted to revolutionize banking. He started a company called XCOM, an online financial service. In a move that would define his career, he merged with a competitor called Confinity, which had a little email payment system called PayPal. The rest is history. In 2002, eBay bought PayPal for a staggering $1.5 billion. Elon's share was $180 million. He was now wealthier than he could have ever imagined. But again, the money wasn't the goal. It was the fuel. Fuel for dreams that were, quite literally, out of this world. He now had the capital to pursue the two obsessions that had captivated him since childhood: electric cars and space exploration. The dot-com boom had made him rich, but what came next would make him a legend. With nearly $200 million in the bank, Elon Musk stood at a crossroads. He could have lived a life of luxury, but his mind was on bigger things. Much bigger. He saw a future choked by pollution and a humanity confined to one planet. He decided to tackle both problems at once. First, he invested heavily in a tiny, struggling electric car startup called Tesla Motors. They had a wild idea: to build a high-performance sports car that ran purely on electricity. It was a huge gamble. The auto industry was dominated by giants, and no one had successfully launched a new American car company in decades. Almost simultaneously, he took an even crazier leap. He founded his own rocket company, SpaceX. His goal? To make humanity a multi-planetary species, starting with Mars. Everyone thought he was insane. He was pouring his entire fortune into two ventures that experts said were doomed to fail. And for a while, it looked like they were right. 2008 was a nightmare. SpaceX's first 3 rocket launches ended in spectacular explosions. Over at Tesla, production of their first car, the Roadster, was plagued by delays and costs were spiraling out of control. The global financial crisis hit, and the money was running out. Elon was on the verge of losing everything. He faced an impossible choice: save one company or risk losing both. In a legendary move, he pushed all his chips in. He scraped together his last remaining funds and poured every single penny into both Tesla and SpaceX. He was officially broke. It all came down to one last chance for each company. In September 2008, SpaceX's 4th rocket, the Falcon 1, successfully reached orbit. It was a historic moment, the first privately funded, liquid-fueled rocket to do so. Just a few months later, against all odds, Tesla secured a last-minute funding round and finally began delivering the revolutionary Roadster to customers. The brink of total failure had become the dawn of a new era. From the ashes of near bankruptcy, Tesla and SpaceX rose like phoenixes. The Tesla Roadster, once a symbol of struggle, became a statement. It proved that electric cars could be cool, fast, and desirable. But it was just the beginning. Next came the Model S, a sedan that shattered expectations and won countless awards, setting the standard for all electric vehicles to come. Today, Tesla is a household name, a global behemoth that not only builds cars, but also solar panels and massive batteries, pushing the world towards a sustainable energy future. The gigafactories sprouting up around the globe are testaments to a vision once dismissed as fantasy. And what about SpaceX? The company that started with exploding rockets is now the undisputed leader in space travel. They made history by developing reusable rockets that land themselves, dramatically cutting the cost of getting to space. They ferry astronauts to the International Space Station for NASA, ending America's reliance on foreign rockets. And the Starlink satellite constellation is bringing high-speed internet to the most remote corners of the globe. But for Elon Musk, all of this, the cars, the batteries, the rockets, it's all part of a much grander plan. His ultimate goal remains what it has always been, to secure the long-term survival of humanity. For him, Tesla is about preserving our home, Earth, and SpaceX is our lifeboat, the key to becoming a multi-planetary species, starting with a self-sustaining city on Mars. It's a vision so audacious it sounds like science fiction. But looking back at where he started, from a boy coding a simple game to a man launching rockets and reshaping industries, you learn one thing. Never bet against Elon Musk. His journey is a powerful reminder that with enough passion, resilience, and an unwavering belief in a better future, even the most impossible dreams can become reality. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this look into one of today's most fascinating minds, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more stories about the people and ideas shaping our world. See you in the next video.